Hello guys, welcome back to LR Anime. Guys, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Today is explanation of Flame Emperor episode number 289 based on novel. So let's start. The Tianming Mountains are vast, but in the middle of the mountain range, there are some huge peaks that tower into the clouds. There are many trails around the peaks, and these trails surround the peaks. Only through the trails can you go to the top of the Tianming Mountains. What happened? Why did you stop? The guy in front, what are you doing to eat? Everyone walked in an orderly manner on a trail halfway up the mountain. The trail was surrounded by trees, and the power of heaven and earth was strong. Even everyone deliberately avoided the roads with many soul beasts, so they went all the way. It was also safe and sound, but at this time, the front suddenly stopped moving, and the people in the rear suddenly scolded. Xiaoyang, go back quickly, I'll take a look. After Xiaoyang finished speaking, he put Xiaoyang down. He seemed to have a bad premonition, and then quickly moved towards the front of the troops. As for the strong men like Duan Tianhong and Yuan Xiao, followed the troops quietly. Unless they were in danger, they would not take action. Is it coming to the beast tide so soon? It seems that the end point is not too far away. Duan Tianhong smiled slowly, and then he took a leisurely walk on his own. What's going on? Xiaoyang asked just as he came to the front, looking at the strange end of the path ahead. End of trail. It is a virgin forest with dense vegetation. Brother Xiaoyang, Mu Ji has been exploring the way for us as a vanguard, but just came out of the trail to the edge of the forest. Mu Ji said to go first to explore the road, but now it has been an hour and there is no movement. We are worried about him, there may be some danger. Several personnel were also guarding the exit of the trail, and said fearfully, after all, they were weak and naturally did not dare to pour into it easily. You guys stay here and don't move, keep the order behind the troops, I'll take a look. Xiaoyang commanded, then looked up at the virgin forest that was completely shrouded in special fog in front of him, and poured into it. What a strange fog. Xiaoyang had just poured into the fog, when he could not see his fingers, and even his sight could not cast off countless poisonous insects, and ancient trees appeared, but as it deepened, a trace of mist would also destroy Xiaoyang. Yang's line of sight is covered, and the visibility is only less than 1 meter. Pastoral song? Xiaoyang opened his mouth softly and called out tentatively, but what was waiting for Xiaoyang was a dead silence. Boom! All of a sudden, spirit beasts with strange shapes suddenly roared towards Xiaoyang from the depths of the fog. Xingyue wolf, 3-pattern fire horse, Titan ancient ape. Familiar names emerged from Xiaoyang's mouth, and then the dozens of soul beasts, regardless of it, launched a frantic attack directly at Xiaoyang. What's going on here? Xiaoyang's soul beast was enveloped in flames, and then he used his fiery explosion technique. With his tyrannical speed, he easily avoided the attacks of many soul beasts. These spirit beasts are all based on power, but their pupils are turning red. Could it be that they are being controlled by this strange mist? Constantly stalemate with dozens of spirit beasts, Xiaoyang suddenly frowned. Never mind, let's imprison these guys. The next moment, Xiaoyang's eyes became heavy, and then the core inscription of Nigong Wan in his body suddenly appeared in his hands. Immediately, the core inscriptions moved magically, and the core inscriptions with ancient lines wrapped around the space with ease. The array of immortal silk and vine, with a light drink, countless green life auras emerged, and then this space was imprisoned by Xiaoyang's formation. Boom! Seemingly aware of the danger contained in Xiaoyang's formation, dozens of soul beasts suddenly let out a deafening roar. Xianxi Teng, bound. Naturally, Xiaoyang would not give these soul beasts a chance. With a cold snort, countless gigantic vines emerged from the ground of the formation, and then directly wrapped around their bodies, making them unable to move at all. After being bound by Xiaoyang's immortal silk vine, which contained the tyrannical and imprisoning power, although these soul beasts were restricted by Xiaoyang, their red pupils exuded an extremely violent aura, which made people shudder. Boom! The next moment, Xiaoyang just wanted to mobilize his soul power to conduct further investigations on these soul beasts, but was attracted by a shocking explosion not far away. Pastoral? Xiaoyang felt the familiar aura, and immediately ignored these soul beasts. He placed a seal at will, and then his figure moved away quickly. On the other side, not far from Xiaoyang. Damn, what is this place? This strange fog is actually confusing me. I'm afraid I've lost contact with most of the people. Mu Ji stared vigilantly around. For some reason, the fog seemed to contain a fearful oppression, making the pastoral rather uncomfortable. After a while, a strange voice suddenly emerged from the fog. Who? Get out! Mu Ji burst into anger, and the strength of Samsung Do's Yan in the early stage was undoubtedly displayed, and he entered a state of battle. Boom! After a few breaths, an ancient tree with a size of several tens of meters was uprooted directly, and then as if being thrown by someone, it blasted away at the pastoral with a very sharp aura. Ice needle strangulation. Mu Ji was shocked when he saw this. Obviously, this terrifying technique is not something that ordinary powerhouses can do, but he doesn't dare to neglect. The dazzling fighting chi emerged and gathered in front of him, thus forming an extremely tyrannical force. Attack. Crash. The dazzling power of ice directly covered the ancient tree that flew over, and the mysterious power above the ancient tree and the figure of the ancient tree were instantly solidified by the madrigal's ice-type fighting chi. After being completely strangled and obliterated, the first round of attacks fell, and suddenly, in the fog, some unbelievable and strange sounds were heard from all directions, but there was no attack rashly. Where is it? Get out of here. Madrigal was also extremely vigilant at this time, constantly scanning the surroundings, and said solemnly, Madrigal, are you alright? Not long after, Xiaoyang's figure slowly reflected into Mu Ji's pupils. Xiaoyang, why are you here? It's dangerous here, let's go. But Mu Ji saw Xiaoyang's arrival, but he didn't have any surprises, and a chill emerged from the bottom of his heart. This is the only way to enter the heights of the Tianming mountain range, so this guy must be defeated. Xiaoyang said slowly, and the dazzling flame on his body was like a scorching sun, and you bloomed brightly. Since that's the case, then this time, let's fight side by side. Mu Ji heard the words, nodded slowly, and then said slowly. And with the appearance of Xiaoyang, the mysterious creature hidden in the mist seemed to pause for a moment. This human being seems to have some familiar fluctuations. Do you know the details of this guy? Xiaoyang and Mu Ji were back to back, each alerted to the other, and Xiaoyang immediately said, I don't know, but this fog seems to be able to control the mind of the soul beast. I was attacked by a group of beasts just now. Although those spirit beasts are not strong, they are extremely violent. Fortunately, there is no danger. Mu Ji also said slowly. This fog is indeed a big obstacle, and I have noticed that if you want to find mysterious creatures, I am afraid that you must pioneer to remove this mysterious fog. Is there a way to get rid of this fog? Xiaoyang asked tentatively. Give me some time, my ice attribute vindictiveness can do it. Seeing Xiaoyang speak, Mu Ji immediately sat down with his legs crossed, and an incomparably tyrannical ice attribute vindictiveness slowly emerged from his body. This guy seems to be hiding quite deeply. Seeing the pastoral who was concentrating on his tyrannical fighting skills, Xiaoyang couldn't help laughing. Obviously, since this guy broke through to the Samsung Do Immortal, his strength was the same as when he fought with him before, has undergone earth-shaking changes. Boom! In an instant, just when Xiaoyang was distracted, in the mist, a giant claws of nothingness, hundreds of meters tall, attacked the two figures of Xiaoyang frantically with an extremely fierce offensive. The first change of the dragon god. Seeing this, Xiaoyang's tyrannical pressure caused Xiaoyang's legs to sink into the ground slightly, and he couldn't help but meditate in his heart. With the display of the first transformation of the dragon god, Xiaoyang's body is strong enough to compete with the real 3-star fighting immortal late-stage powerhouse. Boom! The next moment, Xiaoyang's claws were wrapped in fiery red do chi, and then he suddenly hit the giant claws in front of him and headed away. A harsh rubbing sound made the space of this primeval forest become restless. Shabu shabu. After a simple blow, Xiaoyang's figure took a few steps back to stabilize his figure, and the giant claws of nothingness dissipated in an instant. This guy's power is very strong. Xiaoyang stared at the surroundings with deep eyes. The blow he just made seemed simple, but after the double blessing of the dragon god's first transformation and his own Do Chi flame, he was still invincible. This made Xiaoyang be careful about the mysterious creatures hidden in the mist. This human, the power is so tyrannical. The mysterious creature in the mist, seeing that his attack did not hurt Xiaoyang, immediately muttered to himself, with a look of disbelief. As the existence of the king in the heavenly underworld mountains, it is above power, but no one can compete with itself, and it is unexpected that it will be tied with a human being. Forget it, be careful. Crash. After thinking for a while, Xiaoyang did not dare to be careless. The dazzling flame power emerged, and then completely wrapped the figures of the two to prevent the sneak attack of the mysterious creature. Hey, nice human. I haven't met such a tyrannical human in a long time. As soon as the voice fell, the mysterious creature suddenly moved. Zoo. Strange voices emerged. Xiaoyang suddenly sensed something was wrong, and frowned. Not good. After a few breaths, The strong sense of crisis became stronger. Xiaoyang couldn't help but snorted coldly. Because by virtue of Xiaoyang's soul power, the position of the mysterious creature could not be locked, but by virtue of his soul power, he was surprised to find that the Primeval Forest was moving at a high speed at this time. Bang bang bang! After a while, rock giants made of rocks suddenly appeared in Xiaoyang's line of sight. 10 rock giants in the early stage of the 3-star battle of immortals. Xiaoyang's eyes were indifferent. Zaidu glanced at the madrigal who was at a critical juncture, and shook his head. Boom boom boom. The 10 rock giants didn't seem to have any wisdom. They just appeared, and they suddenly took a strong step like shaking the ground and shot towards Xiaoyang. Bang bang bang. Rock does not have any strength and fighting spirit in his body. It seems that he relied on his instinct to throw a heavy punch at Xiaoyang, but on top of that punch, there is a full content to obliterate the powerhouses in the early stage of Samsung Dozian. The fatal blow. Move the ruler of the sky. Xiaoyang took off the ancient ruler of eternal fire while dispersing his fighting spirit to protect the pastoral song, and the mysterious fluctuations were directly displayed. Immediately, one of the rock giants threw a seemingly ferocious punch and disappeared directly from Xiaoyang. Immediately, the void was squirming not far away, and the attack transferred by Xiaoyang appeared, thus easily destroying it. A rock giant. 1 finger in the sky. 2 fingers. At the next moment, 2 dazzling fingers flickered, and another 2 rock giants turned into powder. Whoa. Damn, what the is this? After a while, Xiaoyang was trying to destroy the remaining 7 rock giants, but his eyes looked through the strange mist and saw the rocks that he had destroyed and turned into powder soil. The giants are actually flickering, and they are instantly fused together, turning into a rock giant, and even the breath of their rebirth is stronger than before. Bingtian Mausoleum. Just when Xiaoyang felt a little strange, the temperature in the entire Primeval Forest suddenly appeared a lot, and even bursts of ice threads suddenly emerged. Successful? Seeing this scene, Xiaoyang also felt relieved. The dazzling soul power was displayed. Once the strange fog dissipated, it was possible to use the soul power to find the specific location of the culprit. Boom! The dazzling ice-type fighting chi formed a huge white ice coffin in midair, and then 10 rock giants below were easily sucked into it by an extremely terrifying suction force. Frozen. The 10 rock giants just poured into the ice coffin, and the lid of an invisible ice mausoleum was instantly closed, and then it was heavily sealed. Being completely suppressed by such a tyrannical ice-type battle chi, the 10 rock giants lost all their vitality and were completely frozen. Ice, disperse. In an instant, the dazzling ice and snow leaped around, and then the strange fog was slowly expelled. Good guy. Suddenly Xiaoyang's voice burst out, and then the fiery red terrifying flames of the fire element heavenly seed emerged in an instant, and surrounded them somewhere in the Primeval Forest. Here I was discovered. But I really didn't expect to meet 2 such tyrannical humans. And they are 2 fellows with a great heavenly seed. After a few breaths, the power of ice and snow dissipated the mist, and the mysterious creature locked by Xiaoyang slowly spoke, with a sound like a bell, quite loud. This is the Earth Demon Bear. The next moment, the whole picture of the primitive forest and the mysterious creature was slowly seen by Xiaoyang and the 2 of them, and Xiaoyang couldn't help but lose his voice. The mysterious creature that came into view was covered in brown hair, and was over 100 meters tall. Its limbs and trunk were like indestructible rocks. Those eyes were piercing, like the overlord of the Tianming Mountains, Earth Demon Bear. Hearing the words, Mu Ji twisted and closed the ice mausoleum in midair, leaving the rock giant without any vitality, and immediately looked down. Seeing that the 2 humans were staring at him so strangely, the Earth Demon Bear let out a strange roar, followed by a deafening sound that made Xiaoyang's scalp tingle. It's actually still an Earth Demon Bear at the pinnacle of the 3-star fighting immortal consummation. Xiaoyang said solemnly, looking at the thick muscles and tyrannical star patterns on the Earth Demon Bear's body. The Earth Demon Bear is a special soul beast that controls the earth element. It is famous for its strength, but its control over the earth element is frightening. The power and attributes of elements are different, but if you have to say it, no one knows the specific gap between the 2, but Xiaoyang knows that the power of elements is more powerful than attribute. The Earth Demon Bear is extremely large in size, with a full body of 100 feet, a short tail, short and thick limbs, huge soles, and star patterns lingering all over its body, making it extremely domineering. Run. Seeing this, Xiaoyang said without any hesitation, and said a sentence directly to the pastoral song, and then the 2 of them speed skyrocketed, and they fled to the 2nd place in the Primeval Forest. Hey, 2 little devils want to escape. But it's not that easy. The Earth Demon Bear's voice just fell, and he immediately trampled on the ground. Suddenly, ground waves emerged from the soil like a tide, and quickly attacked the two. Go! Damn it! Xiaoyang turned his head abruptly when he noticed such a ferocious blow from the Earth Demon Bear, and then the eternal fire eternal ancient ruler, filled with the power of dazzling flames, suddenly slashed at it. Let's all stay. The Earth Demon Bear didn't move his full strength, the corner of his mouth was filled with a playful voice, and he spoke slowly. Boom! Among the two ground waves, suddenly emerged from the soil, and then easily bound Xiaoyang and the two figures in an instant, and immediately grabbed back in front of the Earth Demon Bear. This guy is too strong. Mu Ji couldn't help but a trace of horror emerged when he saw the Earth Demon Bear who was close at hand. Strange. This guy's body doesn't seem to be quite right. Xiaoyang was only a few meters away from the Earth Demon Bear. Although he was firmly bound by the Earthwave soil, with the strength of his soul, he was shocked to discover the inside of the Earth Demon Bear. Something is not right. That kind of wrong seems to come from some kind of special power. It seems that there is an extremely huge power hidden in the body of the Earth Demon Bear, and the Earth Demon Bear is doing its best to suppress it. You stepped into my territory without authorization. I am afraid today is a situation of dying. The Earth Demon Bear smiled as he looked at the two helpless humans in front of him. This ground wave is the signature method of the Earth Demon Bear, but it contains its unique understanding of the earth element, which is beyond the ability of ordinary people to decipher. You guys are really too strong. Xiaoyang was distracted, and tried his best to recall what the power in the Earth Demon Bear was. However, Xiaoyang still has a little bit of certainty about the Earth Demon Bear. Of course, that is under the condition of using the fighting spirit and the Great Heaven Seed. After all, as the strength increases, Xiaoyang uses the fighting spirit more and more. Go up one floor. What should I do now? Seeing Xiaoyang constantly dealing with the Earth Demon Bear, Mu Ji used his soul power in a deep voice. It's okay. It's up to me. Xiaoyang replied gently. Although this Earth Demon Bear is extremely powerful, the strange power in its body seems to be the way to break the game. Smooth-talking humans. It's better to die. With a cold snort, the Earth Demon Bear was no longer talking nonsense. On the huge bear paw, full of mysterious star patterns, it contained the terrifying power of destroying the dry and the rotten, and took a photo of Xiaoyang and the two. The Earth Demon Bear, known for his strength, would be seriously injured if he was shot with such a palm. Hee hee. If you kill us, I'm afraid that the power in your body will not be able to resist you alone, and you will inevitably end up falling. Facing such a fierce attack by the Earth Demon Bear, Xiaoyang's eyes slowly closed, and then said very quietly, "What?" The palm of the Earth Demon Bear's action just now froze in the air, and then an unbelievable look appeared in the beast's pupil. Am I right? Seeing that the Earth Demon Bear suddenly stopped attacking, Xiaoyang slowly opened his eyes with a confident look. How do you know? Impossible. The mere 2-star Dozian's perfect strength. How could it be possible to find that thing in my body? The next moment, the Earth Demon Bear looked stunned, and then kept shaking his head. That thing in your body is a deadly threat to you, but we humans are different, and we all have the existence of the Great Heavenly Seed. So, the two of us can help you get through this difficult time. Suddenly, a shocking laughter emerged from Xiaoyang's mouth. You two human beings step into my territory, and you will definitely die. Although you are right now, but you humans are so cunning, how can I trust you? The Earth Demon Bear frowned as he looked at Xiaoyang's confident appearance. Road. This is simple, you can plant a soul imprint in the two of us. If we break our promise, life and death will only be yours in a split second. Xiaoyang said. Also. The Earth Demon Bear heard the words, nodded slowly, and then stimulated the dazzling soul power to plant a soul imprint on the body of the two. It is a pity that the Earth Demon Bear did not know that it was calculated by Xiaoyang, and its soul power was too weak. In front of Xiaoyang, a Fairyland soul power strong, the soul imprint was just born, and it was instantly wiped clean. Don't worry now. Seeing that the Earth Demon Bear completed the soul imprint, Xiaoyang also quietly erased the soul imprint so that he could not find it, and immediately said, Don't worry now, come with me. The Earth Demon Bear said with a smile, if he could remove that thing in his body, it would be the best relief for him. There is no free lunch in the world. The Earth Demon Bear just walked, and the figures of Xiaoyang and Mu Ji immediately stopped without any movement. I'm furious. I'm going to kill you. The Earth Demon Bear was immediately furious when he heard the words, waving his hands and attacking the two of them. Okay, don't waste your time. If you drag it on, I'm afraid it's only you who will suffer. Seeing the violently undulating energy in the earth demon bear, Xiaoyang said, "You are cruel. If you can help me through the difficulties, I will give you the earth holy spring to practice." In an instant, the earth demon bear gritted his teeth and said viciously, "The holy spring of the earth. Deal." Hearing this, Xiaoyang nodded slowly, and then a dazzling flame emerged, which suddenly removed the restraint of the ground wave. The holy spring of the earth, this is a rare real treasure in the Tianming Mountains. Because of its existence, it can give cultivators a great opportunity. With it, Xiaoyang is only one step away from the 3-star fighting immortal. "Can you come with me now?" After watching the release of the attractive reward, both Xiaoyang and Mu Ji's expressions became hot, and the earth demon bear just stared at Xiaoyang and said viciously, "This holy spring of the earth is expensive and quite miraculous. If it weren't for something in his body torturing him, I am afraid that the earth demon bear would be reluctant to use it as a reward." "Don't worry." Xiaoyang heard the words, nodded slowly, and then a trace of soul power emerged. "I have used my soul power to let the large army go first. After the two of us have settled here, we will go directly to the top of the Tianming Mountains to join them," Xiaoyang said to the pastoral song on the side. Pastoral nodded slowly. "The top of the Tianming Mountains? Could it be that you are participating in the 4 continents competition?" Suddenly, the earth demon bear asked in surprise. "That's right." Xiaoyang nodded. Although you are cunning, if you really help me solve that thing in my body, I will give you a lot of help. After all, in the Tianming mountain range, it is the bridge connecting Tianming Mountain Villa. Come with me." As soon as he finished speaking, the earth demon bear moved its huge body towards the virgin forest, and the figures of Xiaoyang followed closely. As for Lei Jiyu and Yuan Zong's, the people and horses headed towards the top of the Tianming mountain range after receiving the voice transmission from Xiaoyang's soul. The 3 of them walked away and came to the central part of the Primeval forest. What a strong earth attribute energy fluctuation. Just came here, and suddenly found a huge cave pouring into the eyes of the 2. The entrance to the cave is about several feet in size, but at the edge, clumps of dark brown soil emerged, and in these soils, there is a very strong earth attribute energy, which decorates the entire cave quite beautiful. "Go in. There is something special in my body, and I have to go to a quiet space." After thinking for a while, the body of the earth demon bear suddenly shrank, and then turned into a human man, and entered the cave first. As soon as he poured into the cave, an overwhelming amount of energy continued to emerge from the depths. It seems that this cave is probably one of the few treasures in the Tianming Mountains. I can't believe that it is actually occupied by this earth demon bear, Xiaoyang said with a little pity. Precious crystals can be seen everywhere in the cave. The crystals are of different colors and shimmering luster, illuminating the path of several people. Feng Lingjing? After walking for a while, Xiaoyang's eyes were suddenly drawn away by some silver crystals on the walls around the cave. These crystals were placed on top of everyone's heads. Feng Lingjing's overall appearance is silver, and a single piece of it exudes a weak force of confinement, but with that amount of force of confinement, even Xiaoyang can't help but frown. What's wrong? Mu Ji has been following Xiaoyang, vigilant everywhere, and immediately noticed that Xiaoyang stopped walking in surprise, and hurriedly asked, "It's nothing, let's go." The earth demon bear walked at the forefront, naturally ignoring Xiaoyang, and Xiaoyang also shook his head and said, and immediately followed. However, Xiaoyang was extremely shocked at this time. Feng Lingjing, this is a very special kind of crystal, it is quite precious, and the effect is extremely strange. It can seal the power in the body of soul beasts and beasts. And just now Xiaoyang glanced at it, and as he went deeper, the number of these spirit crystals became larger and larger, which made Xiaoyang vaguely feel that something was wrong. It's here. In an instant, everyone came to the depths of the cave, there was no way to go, and it was obvious that they had come to an end. After a while, the Earth Devil Bear Man slowly opened his mouth, his palms wriggled, and some strange energy emerged, and then slowly merged into the soil around the cave. In an instant, a door of light emerged. Let's go. After a while, the Earth Demon Bear grabbed Xiaoyang and the 2 of them and stepped into the door of light together. This is spiritual sealing array? And as the door of light wriggled, a jaw-dropping scene suddenly appeared. Xiaoyang and Mu Ji saw that the void in front of them was a basin. Around the basin, dozens of special chains flashing with silver patterns were tightly connected to the bottom of the basin. In the sunken basin, tens of thousands of the calculated Feng Lingjing is eye-catching. The strength of this Earth Demon Bear. It turns out that it is not only the Samsung Do Xian who has reached its peak. It's sealing its own power. The next moment, Xiaoyang suddenly understood something when he saw a strange body surrounded by chains in the center of the formation below the basin. The breath on the body at the core is exactly the same as the breath of the Earth Demon Bear, which is obviously the power of the Earth Demon Bear, and he immediately realized it. You have some eyesight. After so many years, if I can get rid of this asterisk and take back all my power, I will also transform. The Earth Demon Bear man slowly stared at his own source power in the basin below, and couldn't help but said, "Boy, your soul is powerful, you should be an alchemist, so you should know about my current situation, right?" The next moment, looking at Xiaoyang who was shocked, the Earth Demon Bear laughed. "Senior, the strength has reached the limit, thus setting a seal to suppress his own power to escape the catastrophe. The existence of this formation, in order to prevent the catastrophe." Xiaoyang couldn't help but muttered in horror. "Heavenly tribulation?" Hearing the words, Mu Ji was obviously confused. "Heavenly tribulation? Do you humans call this a catastrophe? This kind of thing, in the eyes of our soul beasts, is called beast robbery. All things are born. Although you humans are the most immortal, your lifespan is limited, while our soul beasts have a long lifespan, so they are envied by God and punished. Every time the strength breaks through the fighting immortal, starting from the 1-star fighting immortal, every step over a rank will attract a beast calamity. This is why all things, even if they give up their whole body cultivation, want to turn into a human and recultivation, so as to completely get rid of this fate. Because once turned into a human, it is the same as a real human, and there is no need to experience the beast catastrophe. Torture, and the immortal battles that humans have experienced are nothing compared to our beast tribulations. Fighting immortal tribulation is tyrannical. It can be said to be a life and death situation. But the beast robbery is the punishment of heaven for the long life of our soul beasts. But 10 dead have no life. The Earth Demon Bear stared at the dazzling source power below and spoke slowly, his voice filled with fear. "And my body strength has broken through the 4-star Do's Yan hundreds of years ago because of occupying this energy-rich treasure land. When I accepted the 4th beast robbery, I almost fell. In the end, relying on the means of life, I can only maintain my power at the peak of Samsung Do's Yan's perfection, and the remaining power is to suppress it. Although this is just to escape, the power of the 4th beast robbery is far from what I can handle." Earth Demon Bear said. "The 4th beast robbery," Xiaoyang murmured, his voice filled with oppression. "I don't know how long Senior has been cultivating." Suddenly, Xiaoyang suddenly asked. "I have lived for 7,000 years since I was born." The Earth Demon Bear man also spoke slowly. 7,000 years. It is said that creatures such as soul beasts have to survive for more than 10,000 years to attract the first beast calamity. Why does the Senior's life in 7,000 years lead to the 4th beast calamity? That's not right. Xiaoyang suddenly remembered what his uncle, the Golden Dragon King, said, and asked immediately. 10,000 years of life corresponds to a beast catastrophe? Where did you hear that? The calamity of our soul beasts is divided according to strength and has nothing to do with the length of life. Seeing Xiaoyang suddenly asking such a strange question, the Earth Demon Bear explained. "Isn't it?" Seeing the Earth Demon Bear rejecting, Xiaoyang couldn't help but wonder, could it be that his uncle deceived him? But it shouldn't be. What is this guy doing? By the way, how does this guy know that 10,000 years of life will lead to a beast catastrophe? But that is clearly not a beast catastrophe, because it is beyond the category of beast catastrophe, but a real reincarnation catastrophe. Reincarnation tribulation. That's the peak fluctuation that the 9-star fighting immortal powerhouse has only reached after the tempering of time. Although I am only 1 step away from this realm, I don't know if I can take this step in this life. Seeing Xiaoyang suspiciously, the Soul Eater in the body couldn't help but mutter to himself. However, the Soul Eater naturally does not know that this so-called guy who has experienced a catastrophe in his 10,000-year life is none other than the Golden Dragon King. "How is it? How confident are you?" The next moment, the Earth Demon Bear asked Xiaoyang seriously. "I have never experienced a beast calamity, but according to my current plan, I have a 30% certainty." Xiaoyang also did not intend to hide from the Earth Demon Bear and said directly, 30%. The Earth Demon Bear man's voice became sharp, and then he couldn't help trembling. Not to mention 30%, even if it was a 10% chance, the Earth Demon Bear must take a risk, otherwise he would miss Xiaoyang and the two of them. With help, it broke through alone, and as a result, it was only a way to fall. "It's not bad, I can't guarantee it in high school." Xiaoyang couldn't help shaking his head when he saw the appearance of the Earth Demon Bear Man. Okay. Hearing this, the Earth Demon Bear couldn't help laughing, and his voice was filled with a rare gratification. Since that's the case, it's better to choose a day than to hit the sun. Let's do it now. In the next moment, a tyrannical wave slowly emerged from the Earth Demon Bear Man. Is the space here bearable? Xiaoyang asked. After all, this place is in the Tianming Mountains, so there are no other powerful people, and crossing the beast calamity is extremely dangerous, so naturally one should be vigilant. Don't worry, the space here is extremely special, but it is enough to withstand the fifth beast calamity. The Earth Demon Bear Man heard the words and spoke slowly. Let's start. Xiaoyang and Mu Jie looked at each other as soon as he finished speaking, and then said, Okay. Hearing this, the Earth Demon Bear had no choice but to bite the bullet, otherwise it would drag on. Without the help of Xiaoyang and the two of them, its winning rate in the tribulation would be in the true sense of death. With a sound, the huge body of the Earth Demon Bear emerged, and then hovered on the edge of the basin. Take back your source power, trigger the beast calamity, and leave the rest. Leave it to us. Seeing the Earth Demon Bear hesitate, Xiaoyang said. The Earth Demon Bear glanced at Xiaoyang and the two of them, and immediately thought that they had their own soul imprints on them, so they didn't worry too much, and their bodies slowly descended down the basin, towards the power of the source sealed by the chains. And go! The concave places around the basin were all paved with Feng Lingjing, so just as the Earth Demon Bear touched the crystal, a trace of terrifying imprisoning power emerged. With the sealing formation composed of these sealing spirit crystals, such a huge exclamation force, I am afraid it can resist a lot of power from the beast robbery. And the Emperor Realm Soul clone in my body, it's also time to take action. Xiaoyang smiled slowly at the corner of his mouth. The Emperor Realm Soul avatar is an existence with exactly the same power as Xiaoyang, but both are prosperous and Xiaoyang hardly used it. After the soul power broke through the Fairyland, Xiaoyang's control of soul power was at a higher level, so I wanted to try a new one. Fan, using the soul clone to absorb the beast robbery, will there be some mutation? Boom. The Earth Demon Bear walked on the silver seal with difficulty. At that time, when his palm lightly touched the power of the source, traces of dark brown energy continued to disperse and slowly poured into the earth. Inside the Demon Bear. At the same time, at the very top of this spirit formation, horrifying thunderclouds flickered, slowly emerging, and even the aura within the Earth Demon Bear instantly broke through the 3-star Dozyan and reached the 4-star Dozyan. At the level of immortals, the strength is still increasing with the growth of time. The fourth beast robbery. Looking at the shocking thunderclouds in the sky, the Earth Demon Bear didn't have any joy in the return of strength, but a trace of solemnity emerged in its huge pupil. Even if it is as strong as a 4-star fighting immortal, if it can't take over this beast calamity, what awaits it will only be an irreversible fall. Now, what should I do? The Earth Demon Bear couldn't help shouting at Xiaoyang. Right now, it can only pin its hopes on Xiaoyang. If Xiaoyang betrays his promise, the Earth Demon Bear will directly detonate its soul imprint. Everyone fall together. Protect your heart, keep your heart. Leave the rest to me. Xiaoyang looked at the suffocating thundercloud in the sky, but did not have the slightest fear, and a strange smile slowly radiated from the corner of his mouth. At this time, the thunderclouds above the formation are like the afterglow of the world, which is indifferent and irresistible, but the power is also quite happy. If it is successfully absorbed, I am afraid that my soul clone will undergo rare changes. This beast calamity is too dangerous. It's not something we can contend against. Xiaoyang, let's go. Suddenly, the pastoral voice said solemnly, Xiaoyang at this time is enough to be a true genius above Eastern Continent, but Psi Continent an indispensable member of the competition, and Mage will naturally not watch him fall like this. Don't worry, look at me. Although this thunder power is tyrannical, it is just right for me now. Xiaoyang's pupils became hot. This kid, what is he doing? The power in the Earth Demon Bear's body soared and became more and more tyrannical. The thunderclouds above the formation were also more and more staggering. Come out. After a while, Xiaoyang slowly waved his hand, and suddenly a fiery red big heavenly seed emerged gently, turning into a scorching sun and slowly haunting him like a purgatory. That's not enough. Bring it on. Friend. An angry roar sounded, and in front of Xiaoyang, a milky white body slowly emerged. To Xiaoyang. And the breath and even the strength are exactly the same. How is this possible? After a few breaths, after looking at the body Xiaoyang and the milky white Xiaoyang surrounded by fiery red below, a shock slowly emerged in the pupils of the Earth Demon Bear. This video will end here.